know, investment in BI and analytics, in data providers such as Radius, right? You know, there are just ways that will accelerate you more than the manual processes you're doing now. And I think that's important.
And over the years, we've been collecting a tremendous amount of data with our products, and that's going to become more and more important in our industry. So we're going to be looking at gathering a lot more information with the tools and products we have, and analyzing that data and supplying tools to the industry that's going to allow them to understand a lot more and improve their operational capabilities. So that's going to be a focus for us, data.
It's taking all this data that's been out there forever. Everybody says it's the new oil, but the reality is oil's no good if it's in the ground, right? So we have to figure out how do we pump that oil out of the ground, which is data, and how do we use the data to make it meaningful for our self-storage operators. If you can just imagine with OpenTech and all the service offerings we have, we've got this large terabytes of data that it's all sitting there just waiting to be harvested, right? So we're pretty excited about taking all that, aggregating that, and then putting that into an actionable foundation where now all of a sudden we can make data-driven decisions, not only for us, but more importantly, for the self-storage operators. With all of our offerings, we have this tremendous opportunity to take that data and make it actionable.
One thing for sure is OpenTech has really become a big data company.
You know, we sell hardware, we sell self-service kiosks, we have an amazing call center, but we're integrated to every property management system at every facility. We serve thousands, so the data's there.
How customers use self-storage is something that the industry's never really had, right? We don't know how tenants and customers are using the facility. And so with a cloud-based system, we're actually able to look at that data. And we found about 38% of all tenants visit their property every month, which is much higher than I think most operators thought. We have a new integration we call Smart Door that actually goes onto the office front door. And so it can track the date and time when people come into the office, but it can also track the date and time when somebody comes to the office but that office door is closed. You know, whether the manager's on lunch, helping another customer. So it really gives you, what we call that actionable insight or actionable data to start making business decisions, whether you're going to staff the property longer, you need a self-service kiosk, you need to have some type of online rental.
So the value of the open API and our technology allows them to gain much better insight in the behavior of that tenant. You can certainly get demographics about the tenant from lots of places outside that, but you don't really know, has that tenant been here in the last 5 years, 3 years? Do they come once a week? Do they come every Saturday morning? How long do they stay? What days do they come on? They can be notified when a specific tenant comes on the property, all through texts or emails. And so that, we teach them then by using that term open API, their revenue management systems can pull that data very easily and use it in their calculation when they decide to actually do a rent increase or not do a rent increase.
So there's a lot of interesting things going on where today an operator may only have access to their own data, but we're looking at how can we summarize that data up in ways so they can compare to others in their industry.
It is their data, and we want to make sure they have free, easy access to that data. In our call center, we have a lot of data on staffing. We staff our call center to 15-minute increments, which is a very difficult task. It means every 15 minutes we've measured how many people we need to manage how many calls are coming in. So you have to forecast the calls, you have to get the right people in the seats at the right time on 15-minute increments. So we use a lot of data for that. We use workforce management solutions to try to balance that and analyze the data on a regular basis.
So if we go from the call center, right, we know how frequently a customer would call the call center, how long they're on the phone. Based on those interactions, what are the close rates? Based on the offers, what are the close rates? Based on the region, what are the close rates? You can move that then into CIA, the new platform. Now what we know with CIA is how often are those tenants, those same tenants, there on site. We can then marry that two data sets together. We start to understand personas for the customers. We start to understand behaviors. We start to be able to build algorithms to build predictors, right? I know that there's a lot of A lot of companies in the industry are doing the same thing. Radius Plus is doing that, right? We're looking at a lot of data sets to say, how can we make this actionable?